My friends, and welcome to today's video break. Psalm 38 verse 21. Lord, do not forsake me. Do not be far from me, my God. You know, David ends this wonderful psalm by turning towards God. You know, don't leave me. Don't abandon me. You know, he's been abandoned. He's had so many terrible situations come his way. You know, he's dealt with this huge sin issue that just keeps wrestling and mourning with. His friends have abandoned him. You know, even those close to him have abandoned him. People are making accusations against him. And so he comes to the end of this psalm and says, oh, Lord, please don't let it be you too. Can't you just hear the words? Have we ever felt like God was, you know, distant, or, you know, it seemed like God was out there somewhere, and it left and created such an empty space because you felt so alone? Because maybe God isn't doing necessarily what you think he should be doing. That's often when I feel like God's abandoning me, is when I feel like God's maybe not be doing what he's doing. But it's often in those situations where life just seems to be crushing in and falling apart, and we feel alone, we feel abandoned, that God is doing his best work, because he's reminding you and me of our weakness. And he's reminding you, and we don't like to be reminded of that. I don't know if you do, but I'm not necessarily a fan of being reminded of my weakness. And so he does that to remind us of his strength, to remind us that he's in control, that he's all powerful, that he's omniscient, that that his ways are greater than our ways and higher than ours. But often we have to be brought to that lowly place, that place where it seems like abandonment, to get to this place where David says, do not forsake me, do not be far from me, to realize that it's God that is in control, and it's God that is doing life with us. Because apart from him, we can do nothing, but with him, we can do all things through Christ, who gives us strength. And so don't be afraid of those seasons where it seems like God is distant, because it's right there in that moment that I think our eyes are open to see clear our own inadequacies and our extreme need for God. Because if we felt like God was always close, I'm wondering if we would begin to rely upon something other than the very presence, the very need of God. The very need of God is so crucial in our life. And realizing it, I don't think comes always in the high moments of life. We realize the greatness sometimes in those high moments, but I think it's in those valleys of life where we realize our dependency. And that's what David was stating here. What he absolutely needed wasn't another fix, another change of situation, or change my circumstances, oh God. That's not what he said. He said, Lord, don't be far from me. Don't forsake me. His plea was, I need you. So David's way of handling his life was allowing God in it. So my question to you and me is, what is your way of handling life? How do you do it? Who's handling your life? And are you that person that continuously calls out and said, God, I need you? May that be the case today. May you find yourself calling out saying, God, I need you. Be blessed, my friend.